My name is Ricky Haneda. I am a psychology major. I am a senior. I graduated at the end of J-term of 2022. I am full Japanese. I'm an international student, but I attended an international school in Japan, which is called the American School in Japan. So I attended there from kindergarten all the way through until my senior year of high school. So I lived in Japan my whole life, but I grew up in an American education system, which means that I took APs, I took SATs, ACTs, all of that stuff. A lot of my friends were from abroad or American. A lot of my teachers were the same. It's definitely a unique experience. My first language is English, so I think in English more often than I think in Japanese. I learned Japanese simultaneously, but I'm definitely better at English than Japanese. PLU was actually at my college fair, and the reason why it was even on my radar to begin with is because my calculus teacher actually graduated from PLU. Told me this is a school that really values international students in a different kind of way. It's a really good education, and they're able to provide a substantial amount of financial support for international students. They came to my college fair, so I visited their booth and just made sure that I had some information. I just knew that hearing through alumni that connection that I had, that it was a really solid education, and it just became the best option for me. I think part of the challenge is not only that there are not many people like me, but I grew up my entire life around people who are like me. I went from kindergarten through senior year in a bubble, and it was an incredible bubble, an incredible experience. I enjoyed it thoroughly, but I don't feel like I really grasped the real world outside of that bubble. I think that was really a huge change. I said bye to my family at the airport in Japan and flew here by myself for the first time in a new state, new school that I had never visited because I couldn't come do a college visit. So I was kind of going in blind. That really grounded me to go from the biggest city in the world to somewhere that's a little more tight-knit and close. Not what I was envisioning, but it ended up being the best thing that's happened, is to attend PLU. I felt really welcomed, especially through the professors. I had psychology professors who came up and were like, I really believe in you. I think you can do something really great here. And hearing that kind of feedback from people who obviously have PhDs and tell me that they really believed in me meant a lot. And that obviously stems a lot from a small school and a really close-knit community. And I also had a wonderful community of friends. I had friends who were international, and I could relate to them to some degree because they're outsiders kind of coming in, and so I could see it from things from their perspective, like, why does America do it this way when we could do it this way, or things like that. So we joke around, and that I found some comfort in that. And at the same time, I also found comfort in people here who are just full American, but are really open and really welcoming. Being at PLU, I'm in a place where the scope is very worldwide. It's a launching pad into people spreading out into all kinds of countries, mostly America, but all types of countries, and doing big things at big companies. So next, I just applied to a bunch of clinical psychology programs. That's really what I want to do. Eventually, once I get that PhD, I would love to work here, but also not abandon my roots. So I really want to collaborate with Japanese psychologists potentially and design programs that are culturally aware for Japanese individuals. I think that Japan is very behind on some of the mental health stigma, and there's a huge stigma around therapy and all kinds of mental health issues. And so I think that I would love to help progress that and bridge some of that gap. That's really what I would want to do, is work here because that's kind of where my education has tailored me, but not forget my roots and really try to make an impact on both places, which is, I think, really an embodiment of my experience. ありがとうございました。さようなら。